Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. Today, the police. I'm in a bit of a mixed quandary currently. My philosophy has changed inextricably over the past 3 months. And historically, I tried to work with the police. I tried to see them as a critical part of our neighbourhood that was just missing. But unfortunately, they came to a recent neighbourhood community gathering and showed really bad form. I promised not to relate specifically what occurred, but what occurred chilled me to my bone and made me think that really I just need to be extracting myself from this environment without making any waves, just getting the hell out. And I've come to this philosophy primarily because I think the police in this area are unable to listen, they're unable to deal with the circumstances in the area, and their responses are always going to be heavy-handed and somewhat abusive. And this saddens me to a great extent because I would have hoped that the police would have been allies in this circumstance, but actually the police are completely self-interested. So for this reason, I think I'm going to be minimizing my general interaction. I'm actually debating, as I have in many short funks previously, whether I need to extract myself from the community. But it came to a head today when a police officer who died in a motorcycle accident caused traffic to come to a standstill for roughly 30 minutes. Rather than wait in the traffic, I decided to get out of the vehicle and walk to work, which thankfully was available to me as an option, and I did so in large part because I wanted to observe this festivity of nationalism that was associated with this dead police officer's parade. I'm always really concerned when I see flag waving. I'm always particularly concerned when it's associated with something that is associated with the broader dubious society general enforcement. In this case, the police officer who died in a motorcycle accident, sad, unquestionably. But I've also started to reflect on the co-workers that I have lost through this circumstance, through what is now known as just generally being understaffed. In the past 6 years, I've had 2 co-workers that have died of unnatural circumstances directly related to the work environment that was created. And recently, as I've noted, I lost another co-worker in a motorcycle accident. The police, when they come and perform in front of us in our community gatherings, note always that they are understaffed. Yet for roughly 20, maybe 25 years of professional work, I've never been in a fully staffed environment. Working in an understaffed environment just seems to be the way of the world, and as I've noted, in large part due to outsourcing and various other phenomena of the modern world, co-workers that I've known have unnaturally died. And I reflect on the police's perspective associated with the danger that's implicit in their job. I don't disregard that, but clearly in the understaffing, overmanaged, over top-down perspective, the modern-day work world, clearly this is also potentially fatal, and clearly also this is something that is lost in the broader dubious society. So as I walked down the street observing the flag wavers, I reflected very heavily that this is what a military state looks like. And as I work to hone my tone coming forward in a particularly curious political podcast that I plan on launching in the next month or so, I realised that this is the general outcome of anything that would look to perturb the state. Mass closure of general transport, constant police presence, and a constant sense that you are living under the thumb of some degree of militarism that you have no control over. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.